That's when we're going to start proper. 5. Okay. Okay. Hello and welcome to my live reaction for this Sunday's Shonen Jump chapter. Is going to be starting off with Kagurabachi chapter 120, the Irishima Talks part 4, and it will be following up with One Piece chapter 1181 after that. So, Kagurabachi, where did we leave off? I remember the panel we left off. Was it Sumika? That cool sorcery that Aryu used. And yeah, it looked like he was just kind of dominating everyone. Oh, see a message. Takara. This chapter made me realize something I like for battles without enchanted blades way more. Oh well, I'm looking forward to this then. Because I like the sorcery in this. I mean, there's some cool sorcery. Like, first one that immediately comes to mind is that magnetic sand guy I don't remember the name of. And, of course, like, Shiba's teleportation is awesome. But, yeah, exactly where we left off. And there was one thought I had. And maybe everyone else has already said this. Because I haven't gone and looked at any discussion threads. Actually, no. I did peek at the manga discussion thread last week. But you know what I haven't seen is the last chapter. I think it showed 6 guardians of the magic rock that lets you live underwater. And we know that one of these guardians has insect powers that really look like Magatsumi. And I don't know, it just occurred to me while I was working a couple days ago. It's like, oh, well, do the other 6 guardians, have powers that line up with the other enchanted blades? Obviously no N10, but yeah, it just crossed my mind while I was at work. I don't know if people have been talking about that for weeks, and I'm way behind on that. But yeah, let's get into this. So we see a guy I can't remember the name of, is it Masashi or something like that? Looking up, smoke is billowing from Irishima as Aryu looks dour, I think is how I would describe that look. And yeah, the Soga guy is using... what was his thing? It's like Wasp or something. I can't remember what his sorcery was, but yeah, I'm sure I'll get a reminder. What is this? The space around him. And Aryu looks very emotionless at the Soga guy. Hiroto Soga. His body... oh, is this narrator? I guess this is narrator. Hiroto Soga. His body, which contained Kurotsuchi, that's what it was the greatest achieved by mankind. The ultimate in sensitivity and strength. The highest speed humanly possible, further heightened by the directional gravity of Kurotsuchi, which boosts his acceleration. Nice. Aryu seems to have something to say about that, though. Grabs him by the face, starts throwing him... what is this? So he grabs his face, and I see a hell of a lot more fists coming in to punch him. So, yeah, that speed perhaps put him in a place he does not want to be, and he's about to be put in the floor. The floor cracks under the gravity of Kurotsuchi. Shiba comes behind Aryu, but there's a some kind of weird glitching, phasing effect. Oh, his teleportation is failing. I can't teleport him. I don't believe it. It looks like Aryu steps off the ground. He's invulnerable to sorcery? Gotta have one. Every series with a power system has to have one guy who just doesn't care. So Shiba pulls Hiroto away. But Aryu's got Shiba now. I'd think this is very dangerous if he isn't alive in the present day. And the fists come. And I'm not sure what's going on in that last panel, but let's flip the page and see. Oh, is that Shiba? Okay, no, I still don't really understand what's going on with this panel. Either way, Shiba lets go of Hiruto. What does he send him flying? Looks like they both go flying. Guy I can't remember the name of says, Mr. Hiruto. Shiba's lying wounded amongst the broken trees. The tremendous energy of a Datenseki applied to sorcery. Kazei's negating sorcery, yes. Yeah. It always astounded me that Undead Unluck never had someone who was explicitly like unnegating, you know. It would be boring. And there's a lot of people who conditionally can negate whatever the other guy's trying to do. See unrepair or unmove or something like that. But yeah, just it's funny to think that every battle shonen has a power negator. It's like Undead Unluck is that one manga where nobody actually has the power to stop people using their powers. But anyway, Cool Mustache Man says, well, this is exciting. Still, to catch Mashiro off guard with that surprise strike and totally overwhelm Hiruto. Ooh, I'll try that line again. And totally overwhelm Hiruto and Shiba with pure strength and speed. It just isn't possible. There has to be some sort of trick. And it looks like someone's approaching from at high speed from behind, but Mustachio Man turns to attack Adio as he's about to strike. There it is. He's coughing up blood. Was he already wounded? Seems fine here. He's just turning so fast. Yeah, what's that? Anyway, Aryu blocks the sword with his gauntlet. This space, this air, it's toxic, isn't it? Somehow he numbed our senses without us noticing. That's why we couldn't predict or respond to his movements. Unbelievable. Oh no, this is Aryu, and I need to try and remember what voice I've given him. Unbelievable. Based on a mere hypothesis, he bit through his own tongue, using the pain to clear his senses and prove his theory. Hey, don't hold out on us just because this is our first battle. Show us all you got. This is the climax. He looks very cool in this panel. Superhuman vitality. Oh, no, random guy. Superhuman vitality and regeneration. Well, at least he's got it, if not the others. Oh, well, at least he's got it, if not the others. In any case, no ordinary attack is going to take him out. Our sorcery doesn't work, and we'll just have to physically obliterate them. And Mashiro really, I love how the first time we saw this magic used, it was just to like lift his sword for a cover page. But it is actually just sonic boom on demand with massive destructive force. Don't know why I said sonic boom. Just destructive force on command. Mashiro, what are you? It was an honor to be chosen to work with you guys. I gotta do just a little something before I head home. He's compressing the ironclad ship. Let's slug him with a real big hunk of iron. And we see Mustachio Man still fighting in the forest, spinning around as Adiu rips off his arm and plants his hand through his chest. Mustachio Man grabs the hand. Hiruto, don't mind me. It looks like that big hunk of iron is coming. Oh, that looks awesome. I love how it like almost looks like it's screaming and writhing in pain, even though it's a ship. But like it looks like it's got a face and a like a stretched hand. I really like how it looks here. Yeah. And he bops it down. Kurotsuchi sends it flying with gravity. Aryu seems a little shaken. Uh-oh. Seems that Mustachio Man, really wish I'd be reminded of his name, is just holding him as the ironclad meteor falls down. You plan to go with me? Don't be an idiot. This one's all for you. Shiba comes, teleports Mustachio Man away, and we see, well, right before the ironclad meteor makes contact, we see Aryu using the white centipede. And okay, so I guess going into the discussion mode now. So what exactly did he do at the end of last chapter? So I remember the cool panel. I used it for my thumbnail on YouTube of him surrounded by darkness, like surviving in the gravity well. I guess that was just him negating. Yeah, I guess all Sumika did, as cool as it looked, was nothing. It just made it so nothing happened. Yeah, the space around him went all black, and the power stopped. Okay, so it seems he's going to be neutralizing magic again at the end here, because he's got the centipede around him again. Yeah, not sure what that's going to do for him here, but probably something. Yeah, let me read that message from Takara. Absolute shot in the dark theory. He's like one big Datenseki disrupting the flow of sorcery. That's why he seems immune, and maybe it's the same effect that makes enchanted blades stop you using your own sorcery, which is why they were needed to beat them. Ooh, that's interesting. He's like one big Datenseki. I mean, there definitely need to be a few like added stipulations, because I mean, he doesn't, explode when you hit him with magic. But yeah, if he maybe has some qualities of Datenseki, and yeah, I do wonder what he's planning to do when he's about to be hit by a meteor, because this is the kind of magic that doesn't hit you with the kind of sorcery that doesn't hit you with sorcery, or being hit by a very big, very heavy, very fast ball of metal. So he's going to need something other than magic nullification to survive this. I mean, maybe he doesn't. We haven't seen him in the present day. If his power is related to the enchanted blade Magatsumi, then maybe he does have to die. I don't know if we've ever heard anything about the order that the blades were made in. I mean, other than N10, of course. So is there maybe a chance that Aryu dies here, and his body, maybe his Datenseki infused or related body, is used to make Magatsumi? Maybe that's the case. Yeah, some really cool art this chapter. I like how the many fists are depicted. And yeah, I want to know exactly what Aryu is doing. Because it would be really cool, in my opinion. I'm sure some people would think it was lame. Is all of this like speed blitzing and multiple fist punches? What I think would be funny, where does it say? He numbed our senses without us noticing. That's why we couldn't predict or respond to his movements. Some people might think it's lame, people who want to say, oh, Aryu's super strong. I think it'd be really cool if he's not actually like super fast and like, able to catch speedsters and punch 10 times in a frame. He's just moving at pretty fast speeds and forcing everyone to go slower with his poison gas numbing people's senses. So that'd be really cool. I like more of a trickster than someone who's just really, really fast and really, really strong. Takara said, you're right that we are seeing a lot of abilities that feel like they went on to be what the Enchanted Blades used were based on. I mean, yeah, it's just because, I mean, I am right in saying there's 6 Enchanted Blades other than N10, and we, may as well open last week's chapter before I go on a whole ramble that's, incorrect. Chapter 119. I believe it was 6 Guardians. Yeah. Among us, the 6 Guardians were chosen from pure-blooded Mikaboshi. And, I mean, Aryu seems to line up with the Magatsumi. Do any of these guys have, like, a lightning aesthetic or anything? I mean, not really. We don't really see much of anything regarding these other guys. I mean, some guy, I guess they all appear to be a bit on fire, but one of them more than the others. Yeah. But yeah, he summoned the centipede to start canceling magic. So maybe it does other things. Yeah. Tucker says, yeah, basically he didn't get faster, they got slower. Maybe the poison air around him is slowly letting out the property of a Dartensiki that would usually make you explode, so it affects sorcerers around him by disrupting the flow within them. That would be cool. That would be cool. If they want to bring him back as some super uber final boss, then maybe it is just he's that strong and he's that fast. But I really like that idea. But yeah, it is funny how just completely wrong I read this panel when I read it last week. I mean, obviously he's being crushed by Kurotsuchi. It's not his power that's blasting everything. It's the ground being blasted and him adding shadow to it. But yeah, I really thought he was going to rush out and